You're listening to Menopause Natural Solutions, episode 38, From Invisible to Invincible, part 1. Welcome to Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause and menopause related. Stay tuned as naturopath Jennifer Harrington explains how to use natural therapies to transform your health and happiness. Hello ladies! As promised, today I'm going to read you a little part of my new book, From Invisible to Invincible, which I thought I might be giving you the pre-sale link to today, but it has been delayed, and it's been delayed for an interesting reason, and that is in the book I quoted some lyrics from Helen Reddy's song, I Am Woman. I absolutely love this song, and it was very appropriate for the book, but there was a grey area over copyright laws. So I don't want to get in trouble for that. So we've had to go back and re-edit it, and it hasn't been sent off to print because of that. I know, I'm frustrated, but you know what? Things happen for a reason. And if it means that it's going to save me from a legal suit later on, I think it's well worth the 1 week wait. But what that means for you is that I'm actually going to do part 1 and part 2. So you'll get 2 readings from the book instead of 1. So great value for you. Okay, so the new book is called From Invisible to Invincible, The Natural Menopause Revolution. Chapter 1, It's Not About Your Hormones. If menopausal symptoms were due solely to hormonal changes, then the menopausal experience would be more homogeneous. Quote by Dr. Sandra Thompson, University of Western Australia. That's right, ladies. Stop blaming your hormones. The fact is, every woman will stop menstruating at some point. The natural production of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone will reduce. But not all women will suffer during this transition. If lower hormones were the problem, all women would suffer equally. The hormones load the gun, but what pulls the trigger? It's what you've done over your lifetime that will determine the severity of your symptoms. This acts as a trigger for the metaphorical gun. So ask yourself, have you lived a highly stressful life? Do you live on fast foods, consume too much alcohol or smoke? Have you been exposed to toxic substances like metals or chemicals, or have been exposed to excessive radiation? Are you living a sedentary lifestyle? Do you have any lingering infections? Certain viruses can stay in the body for life and can flare up from time to time, causing unexplained symptoms. Before you run away, let me tell you the great news. This can be changed. How? Stay tuned and I will explain. The best place to start is with a definition. Menopause is classified as the end of your periods. Officially 12 months since your last period. The average age for women in Australia is 51 years. The period after this age is defined as postmenopause. Postmenopause is not a time of no reproductive hormones. It's a time of reduced hormone production. Other parts of the body will help to pick up the slack, but will not take over its production. The adrenal gland is responsible for producing most of the reproductive hormones in menopause. But estrogen can also be metabolized by your adipose tissue, fat cells. This can be the reason why many women naturally gain a little bit of weight in perimenopause, as this will help them produce estrogen after their ovaries have stopped producing. Perimenopause is a transitional phase that happens before menopause. It can start as early as 10 years before menopause. Women as early as their mid-30s can start to feel the change in their hormonal status. In the early stages, your ovaries reduce the frequency of ovulation. You may still menstruate, but the frequency, duration, and the quantity of blood can change. If you didn't ovulate this month, your production of progesterone in the second half of your cycle will be lower. Your estrogen levels may not change, but the ratio between the amount of estrogen you have compared to the amount of progesterone you have is imbalanced. This is referred to as having a relative estrogen dominance. Early signs of this include anxiety and sleep alterations. If you reach menopause before the age of 40, regardless of whether it was natural or due to surgery or chemotherapy, this is called premature menopause. For a number of women, this can come tragically too soon and rob them of their fertile years. For these women, this book cannot restore their fertility, but it can help reduce their symptoms and help them manage long-term conditions associated with lower hormones such as osteoporosis. On the other hand, women going through perimenopause make up the second largest group of women having babies. Please note, irregular periods do not equal infertility. It is important to maintain contraception during this time if you do not wish to expand your family. It is also a time of increased sexually transmitted infections. If you are re-entering the single scene or have multiple sexual partners, please refresh your memory about safe sex and condoms. Have fun, play safe, don't become part of the statistics. Most women will experience natural menopause, the slow reduction of hormones over time, with or without symptoms. Other women are thrust headfirst into an overnight menopausal state as a result of surgery or chemotherapy. Unfortunately, this can cause a more intense start to their symptoms. Luckily, I have successfully used these same natural strategies to help resolve symptoms for these women. But again, the severity of symptoms experienced can be related to their lifestyle. Lots of stress and burnt-out adrenals aren't going to do you any favours. For the sake of convenience during this book, when I refer to menopausal symptoms, I'm talking about perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms together. That being the process of transitioning from being fertile to infertile. The transitory phase, from we to me. The transitory phase of moving from fertile to infertile is often overlooked in society. However, it's a very powerful time if understood. It is often explained as the transition from we to me. Transition from thinking about life as a group to life as an individual. From the primary focus being your partner, kids, extended family and community, to thinking about yourself. Due to this significant change in life view, it can be a time of extreme turmoil. The highest amount of divorce happens during this transition. This demographic is also the most likely to quit their job and venture into the world as self-employed new business owners. Go girl. It's very much a time when you stop taking crap from anyone dishing it out, e.g. ex-husbands, old bosses, old friends. You no longer accept being pushed around, full stop. Most women find themselves speaking their minds, sometimes to their own surprise. It's also a time of self-reflection and growth, a time to re-establish your identity. Many women contemplate the existence and look for more meaning in life, especially in relation to the broader community, asking questions like, how do I contribute to society? Should I volunteer or fundraise? Or how do I make my life more meaningful? Think of yourself as a caterpillar in your cocoon, battering your wings against a wall. It can be a tough time, but it doesn't last forever. Soon you will morph into a beautiful butterfly with new wings and a new world to explore. This book is designed to help strengthen your wings and get you out of your cocoon earlier. It is designed to help you explore your new life symptom-free, with more confidence and renewed ideas of how to contribute fully to life, starting with yours. Menopause and perimenopause needn't be a time of hell, so to speak. My goal for you is to achieve a shift in your symptoms and go forward in life with more satisfaction. better health, happier moods, closer bonds with family and friends, and improved sex life. I want you to live the best life possible for you. Are you ready to get started? Well, that's it, guys. Chapter 1 of my new book. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've got to say, I am so proud of this book and I can't wait to get it into your hands. So stay tuned for next week, where hopefully I have a pre-sale link for you so that you can reserve your copy. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. In the meantime, if you miss me, know that you can book yourself a discovery call because I'm taking on new patients at the moment. So if you'd like to have a personal chat one-on-one with me, there will be a link in the show notes. Click on that, reserve your time, and I look forward to talking to you personally about your health and how we can change that so that you too can live the best life possible for you. Until next week, bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide and is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibilities for statements made by guests.